Welcome back to Stardew Valley. And guess what, folks? Ant Flow is backing down. Yeah! Ants are just become a little bit unbearable. You know, when I'm on menstrual cycle, I have autism. I'm sensitive to touch. So basically, this time of the month is like hell. Like I'm serving my time in the fiery pits now, so I don't have to after I die. Like, it sort of feels like that. Then, of course, like, the libido shoots up a little bit, but at the same time, I don't want to be touched. It's like, no, you're going to be hungry, you're going to feel all the emotions, all at once. You're going to feel just horrible, because you'll be feeling everything. Oh, you want to go to sleep? Oh, you want to eat, right? Right? Yeah, but you also... I just want this to end. Listen, people, I am never, ever going to have a kid. I don't want one. I have never felt the urge to be a parent. Never. The most like a parent I feel is when I'm taking care of my feathery children. That's it. And sometimes that can be a great experience. Other times, it is a hellish existence. And that's just with birds. Those are with animals. Actual children, oh god, that requires a whole nother level of commitment and financial stability that, frankly, I do not have. Okay. I'm glad that there are people that take on the role of a parent. But listen, folks, that is not for me. I'm glad for everyone who, you know, does take on the hard chore of becoming a parent, but yeah. Okay, that's Muggle. Okay, do you want the piece of coal, Danny? I think Danny wants the gold. My scrying orb. A shot of knowledge from the future. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. already. Hey, Kirstine, and I want to call you Miko, and I do not know why. So for those of you who are into Skyrim, and that perhaps know of the little series called Skyrim Tales, know about the sort of main character there called Jasper. And if you don't know the series, I honestly highly recommend watching it. I don't think I've ever watched it in full, but you know, every time I watch an episode, it is just fucking comedy gold, and it is amazing. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. But yeah, the main character is basically Jasper, who's this really kind-hearted guard, but you know, not exactly all with it. He's sort of a lovable, naive idiot. Okay, let's find Lexi. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Lucy. Okay, I know there's there you are. Hi, Lexi. At 2 out of 5 hits. So anyway, there is a mod that adds the lovable Jasper to Skyrim. And now, I was considering another mod, but this one seems to have less conflicts with the mods I'm using. Like, I have less questions about if I can or can't, you know, use the mod because of such and such. Whew. And of course, there's a guy, and then there's the fact that he is really lovable, and it'd be just cute. And what's great is that my character, you know, it's basically blessed by both Herstein and Nymera, so his werewolf form looks really freaky. So it's not just that he's werewolf, he is even odd among werewolves, and so he just tends to, you know, not really like being in civilization for the most part. He's a little extreme, we shall say. So compare that to Jasper, who is very kind-hearted, as I've said before. Didn't throw any eggs, right? older play off each other, and since Jasper is kind-hearted, and I need someone to parent my children while I'm gone, sometimes for, probably months at a time. Of course I trust him with Jasper. And the fact that I have Vigilance there to help out with protection too makes me feel extra better. Then I like to imagine where I've placed Eola, that she comes down and checks up on my house every now and again. Oh, hey, Sam! Oh, hi! It's good to see you again. Take it easy. Okay. We didn't just divorce. Hi, please relax and enjoy yourself. I'm gonna have a nice lucky lunch. For no reason, just because I found it in the trash, and that does not sound like I'm mentally stable. I mean, I'm not, but I like an emerald put under my pillow. I'm sure you would, Pierre. Lucky for you. I keep things stashed away. Oh, hello there. Hey, is that the emerald I requested? It looks perfect. Let's see, here's what I owe you. I used to be a pretty good boxer back in the day. My right hook was the stuff of legend. Okay, Pierre. You're what makes me not feel that... Oh, hello. Sorry. You're who makes me feel a hell of a lot less guilty for, going the Jojo route. The evil thing to do for some fucking reason. I know why it's the evil route. Kafka. I'm afraid we'll have to keep this a secret. Neither my people nor yours would accept us living together. stick. I know what I just passed. I'm sure Jazz and Vincent thought I was weird at first. Accidentally walked at the school table a few times. That didn't help. It was a big change for everyone. But we're good friends now. Just warm up for a little bit. Yeah. Still waiting on the paperwork from my doctors. I believe we're going to drive to the doctor's office building tomorrow. We called again today, and they're supposed to have all the papers done by tomorrow. So, and it's important because we're gonna have to fill shit out. And there's only a limited time for us to do so. And Danny has a lot of opinions on that and how it's stressing me out. Archduchess remains Danny for not knowing the dishes. So we can do one or the other. let's dress the two mannequins. Or not nice, we shall see. We don't have really black shoes. On that. We'll have to see how that looks in the morning. And then tomorrow we can move on to the next one. I think I wanted to go with themes with those two mannequins. That would change yearly, but now it seems just to be whatever I feel like. First I was worried about Jord, getting all up in arms about him and getting really worried. Now Social Security comes to town, and now fucking Aunt Flo. I honestly thought all the stress I've been dealing with lately that I, would skip my period this month. Because in the past, if I'm stressed enough, my period stops. Which I do not recommend for those who experience periods to use as a measurement for stress, unless one, you're not sexually active, or if you're sexually active, that you're not sexually active with a partner that could get you pregnant because they don't have the parts necessary to do so. And for some reason, that's reminding me, I guess, of the news I'm hearing, like, on and off. Like, I haven't watched or read anything specifically on it, but on Twitter and Tumblr, people are talking about, I guess on Wattpad now, you can't have smut. Like, before, I guess before you could. And put my PJs on. I guess before you could, like, have smut, but now you can't have graphic. That works pretty decently. Not great, but I don't have any, like, but now it's, I guess, Wattpad saying, oh, you can only have smut if it adds to the plot. So, no, like, what's called, abbreviated PWP, or porn without plot, basically. Well, it's sex-fueled, sex-crazed, and yeah. Because those are no longer allowed. And plus, contributes to the plot just... Oh, Mobius! Mobius, you have so much zooms! Mobius having... sorry folks, Mobius having a lot of zoomies tonight. A lot of zoomies. Greetings! It is I, the Queen of Sauce, here to teach you a new mouth-watering recipe from my secret cookbook. This week's dish, cranberry candy. It's a fun one to help you celebrate the new year. Cranberries are quite bitter on their own. Submerge them in an ocean of sugar and they'll taste like angel's tears. Here's how you do it. I sense that a new viewer has joined us. A young man from Stardew Valley. Welcome, welcome. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. But yeah, so they basically restricted Wattpad users from writing what they want. But as long as what they want to write is unabashed smut. And so it seems that Wattpad users are looking for a new site to use. And some of them, I guess, are going to AO3, aka Archive of Our Own, which is the site I use to upload my fanfics. And I guess the problem they're having is, well, AO3 does not function like Wattpad. Now, Wattpad, I'm not really familiar with, so I'm going to stick to talking about AO3, thank you. AO3 functions as an archive, and so it's there without any censorship, so that people can post for the love of writing with no restrictions. And there's no ads on the site. None. There's also no algorithm to speak of because, again, it's an archive. Its whole thing isn't to sell you a product. Its whole thing is to keep a record of fan works. That's it. So people that are originally coming from Wattpad have a completely different experience. And it seems that they can't, they're having difficulty comprehending a site that's not trying to sell them something. That is really their, Lucy. Hi, Alexi, at 2.5 hearts out of 5. They're using the tagging system. They're using the tagging system as if it will affect the algorithm and make it more difficult to, more, like if they don't tag it correctly, it won't alert, sorry, lack of sleep, and I'm not good on edited. Yeah, so they're getting confused when the tagging system isn't there to trick the algorithm into showing off their works. You know, like on YouTube, I try to have tags there so that the algorithm will pick stuff up. Like I don't know if I explained correctly, but basically the tags on AO3 are there to catalog because it's an archive. We have an archive, it's to catalog. It's not there to make to be noticed by an algorithm. Now how I use tags in my fix, I will only mention relationships that are, well, central to the fic in question. So if there's a relationship and it's more so like in the background, and yeah, it's not really important. I mean, it's important, but it's not like central to the fic. I won't mark that. I won't tag the relationship because people, use tags to search for things, and they see, oh hey, this relationship that's like one of my favorite things ever. Oh my god, I have to read this fic now because this relationship is in it. You remembered my birthday. Thank you. This is great. I'm sure you understand why I'm cautious of strangers. But let's put that in the past, okay? You and I are friends now. Thanks. Be more than friends. So if someone's like looking up something, like, oh hey, this relationship is something I really love. This fic has it. Oh my god, I have to read the fic now, and then the relationship is like just mentioned in passing, or maybe two of the characters like hold hands. That would just be depressing. They also add characters to my fic as I'm... Oh shit, I didn't realize time's going fast for a reason. I also only add characters to the tags when they appear in the fic. Hang on. This is an amazing gift for my people. It's a great honor to receive something like this. You know I'll be a very strange person to live with, right? I won't be able to leave the house. Oh cool, I can kidnap! And he'll like it! Krobus, do you have a kink, buddy? Do you have a kink? And I mean, adding characters to the tags only when they appear in the fic sometimes, helps to keep certain character reveals a mystery. For one. And then two, it's if someone's searching for that character, I could get a new viewer to the fic. Because they'll be like, hey, I didn't notice I wasn't searching for any of the tags relevant to the fic before, but now I am. Like, I'm not explaining this, but basically, it also helps attract new people who say, maybe you wouldn't be searching for, say, Alex Casey. Like, they're like, hey, good character, don't really want to read a fic where he is in. And when I add the character Tim Breaker when he finally appeared, they really want to read some Tim Breaker stuff, ta-da. And again, I only add characters and relationships that are central to the fic. So I'm not going to... So Tim Breaker doesn't, appear for just, half a scene. Someone doesn't just mention him and that's it. No, he's a central part to the fic. Of course, in the summary, some characters are revealed that way, can't be helped. But yeah. Okay, 6 a.m. 7 p.m. Ocean. Sorry if I can't really explain things, apparently. As I'm here. Sorry. Hang on a sec. This is just gonna bug me. Okay, that's better of my Santa outfit. I didn't realize I was walking around in my PJs. So people migrating from Wattpad to AO3 will have a little bit of a learning curve. Some people do. I admit there is a slight learning curve there, but once you understand things, it's honestly not that bad. It'll be fine. I don't tend to look up fics nowadays. I tend just to stick to writing mostly. I can honestly get really picky for my fics. Like if I see a summary that just pisses me off, I'm like, God, I can't read that. I think one fic, It's not a bad fic. Like, it has its audience. The thing, though, is the audience is not me, just... Like, the good thing is it has some Alex Allen. That seems to be a long fic. But it only works because Alan and Alice had a breakup. And... like, I love that ship so much. And I have just recently finished Alan Wake 2 New Game Plus, which really goes hard on the Alan Alice front. Like, holy shit, like it. So, that's not for me, so I muted him. Muted the author. Because again, someone writing something you don't like doesn't mean you have to tell the author that. As a fic writer myself, I can assure you, don't really give a shit. I am writing for me, and if you want to come along for the ride, that is amazing. But that's not really the point, you know? Come back, you fucking old fish. Ah. And the muting just allowed me not to actually run the thick, you know, when searching for like Alex Casey. Because whenever I post a new chapter of my fic, I like to see if, you know, any spicy Alex Casey stuff has come out. Yeah, another thing about fics I sometimes won't pick by the summary is not just the ones that get me pissed off, also the ones that make me super excited, like, oh my god, I need to read this now. No, I can't read it. It makes me happy? Nope. It makes me mad? Nope. The fact that I can find any fics every now and again to read is honestly a fucking miracle at times. Yeah, but a big thing with fics, if you don't like, you can just use the back button, folks. You know, don't make... you don't make it someone else's problem. Because you not liking something is very much a you thing. The fact that we can all have such different tastes is honestly fucking amazing. Because there's something out there for everyone. There we go. Okay, for some reason it was taking clothing from my inventory. Let's see. Santa hat. Where the fuck is my Santa hat? Oh, it's there. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Excuse that. Okay, let's see the black shirt. Oh, just that. What was the skeleton shirt? Now, if you are someone who's deciding to use AO3, remember, it's an archive. Its purpose isn't to sell you stuff, use tags for clarity so people who do like your work, are interested in the stuff you write can find it, and those who don't like what you do, you know, they could exist and that's fine. We all have... The world's big enough for a bunch of different opinions on fan fiction, so... And, you know, just learn the tagging system. You know, stopping confusion before it happens. Well, there's no real limits to what you can write. Everything isn't sex crazed. So if sex is not your thing for whatever reason, maybe you're very young and, you know, sex is like, ew. Or if, like, you're asexual and sex repulsion, you know, sex isn't exactly at the top of your list. Learn the tagging system so you can avoid the sex. There are G-rated fics on the site. There's one person, you know, that was like wanting advice on where to post their fic, and they're like, yeah, this site really isn't geared for fan fiction. And AO3 is like, oh no, I don't like the sex. I ran into sex before. It's like, the tagging system exists for a reason, so you can avoid the sex. You can avoid stuff that triggers you. You know, learn the tagging system. Sometimes it's really simple by, oh, do you only want to read completed fics or not? Do you not want to encounter, you know, underage fics? No. Do you not want to have major character's death. And remember, when someone is tagged as author chose not to use archive warnings, that can mean, oh, this is going to be a nice walk in the park. But it can also mean, here's a level of hell you did not know existed. Welcome. There's gonna be... Yeah, so so if you have some major triggers and you're not in a good headspace, do not fucking do a fic that's marked as author chose not to use archive warnings. Now in fics on AO3 there are some tags that you have to mark, things you have to mark, but other things you don't. So yeah. If you want the most extreme sex, you can, search those things, but if you don't, if you're on the exact opposite of this spectrum, no, there's features there to... Oh yeah, I didn't do mayonnaise yesterday. Oh, that's... So, yeah. Hi, Danny. I'm going to have to travel tomorrow, and God, and I'm bleeding. I don't know what the theme for next year is going to be there. Cool people on drugs. People on drugs, yeah. Oh God, there you are! I try my best to make human food. You can eat it later. Don't worry about it. Aww! You hugged. Little warning, if you're going in for drug testing, do not eat poppy seed muffins. That there's some myths that people take as fact. The poppy seed thing is not one of them. So, we have reached the end of the stream, so I will be going over my streaming schedule in the near future. Late tonight I shall be streaming more of Stardew Valley. I mean, not Stardew Valley, I'll be streaming more of Skyrim, my cursed champion of her Steam playthrough. And I may add Jasper. It seems like it should be safe, to install. I'm also waiting to hear back from a person that seems to be familiar with the mod. But in any case, I am going to try to install it mid-playthrough since there doesn't seem to be anything wrong. Like, nothing will break the mod. But I won't be doing that until I'm done with the pilgrimage I'm doing in-game, so... Because I think it'd be nice to, just get done with the pilgrimage, then meet who ends up becoming the love of your life, As though the marriage is blessed by the divines themselves. And tomorrow I shall be streaming more of Stardew Valley. Just remember, I'm doing social security stuff, so take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Couple grains of salt. Ooh, I have 3 more hearts to go for Krobus. And then after I could fucking get his portrait, and then I can divorce him. Let's see, Krobus. Roommate, heart events. He only has 2 heart events. To the beach on a non-rainy day. Okay, just see now, trigger his heart event. Make sure that I didn't miss one of his heart events. Actually, let me go back there. Hang on. Doop, doop, doop. I thought for some reason the feud with the dwarf and him was one of the heart events. I guess not. Okay. Let's see how Lexi is doing. Not that one, the other one. Oh, I passed right by him. He's at 2.5 hearts out of 5 still, so yay. And thank you everyone who watched this stream. You are amazing, and I hope you have a great time. And hang on. And until next time, whenever that shall be, goodbye.